Fnaf lore, completely from memory, and everything I say in this video is canon. Trust me, bro. Alright, so before I get into this, let me get a bit more comfortable, you know? Okay, let's get right into this. So there's this guy, his name is Edwin. He made the mimic. It was difficult to put the okay, yeah, so basically, he made these, like, animation matronics, like Chuck E. Cheese, the prequel, and then he started selling them and got loaded. And I don't really care who else he sold them to, except for these two, known as Henry and a pretty purple guy. And this purple guy and Henry over here, they used these knockoff Chuck E. Cheese mascots and made this thing called a spring lock suit. Ooh, now that's tough. Basically, it was a costume that could be like toggled on and off and turn into an automatic Freddy Fazbear. Anywhomst, that purple guy, he liked the idea of not dying, you know? To live long enough to watch more of my videos, you know? Like and subscribe. And anyways, he found out that children were filled with juice and goo. That doesn't sound right. But anyways, this juicy goo had the ability to make people live longer, I think. And so this purplish guy did the only reasonable thing and killed like 6 or 7 kids. I'm sorry, I'll see myself out. And Purple Man didn't want to get, arrested, so he hid the children inside of the Freddy Fazbear suits. But little did he know, children don't like dying. So these crying children took over the Freddy Fazbear suits and possessed them. And while Purple Boy killed these children, business was booming. He was making even fatter stacks than Edwin. Until the purple dude had 3 children. One of them was a little bit, and he was low-key scared of the animation matronics. He'd cry his ass off every time he saw one of the Freddy Fazbears. And his brother, Michael-chan, was like, "Yo, you wanna go say hi to the Freddy Fazbear?" And being the wonderful brother he was, he picked up his little brother, and in an attempt to get rid of his hatred for the Chuck E. Cheese Freddy Fazbear, he leaned up and held his brother to try and make him give Fazboy a kiss.
Was that the bite of 87?
And so, William Aftermath, known as the Purple Guy, known as the Rabbit Dude, known as Child Goo Eater, had his Fazbear restaurant shut down for unsafe conditions, and he thought his dream of eating child goo was over. But he realized, I don't care, twin. I always pursue my dreams. And so he took out a loan in Michael B. Jordan's name and opened up a new Freddy Fazbear's location. And with some toy animatronics that look like toys, it was going good. Until a different bite of 87. Some security guard named, Jeremy. Did Scott really just look up, top 10 whitest guy names for these characters? Anywho, Jeremy got bit and died or something. I don't even know anymore. So, you know what Wilbert, aka the Purple Lad, did? He opened up another location. A kind of sister location. And at the same time, Henry from earlier, who helped with the first one, opened a different, separate location with the OG gang. Freddy Fazbears, Chica the Kitchen, Bonnie the Bun, and Foxy the Pirate Fox. Rawr. And it was going good for Henry. But Wilbert? Oh no. Since Purple Individual wanted to live long enough to see all of my videos, he needed more goo. And so he did what any sane person would do, and he made his new animatronics. Well, here, I'll have a really bad, TikTok, YouTube Shorts YouTuber explain it. So this is crazy. So there's this guy, we'll call him John, and he did this crazy thing. He made these animatronics, and he made them, you won't get this, he made them unalive children. And so, he got more goo. Good job, British Willie. But he forgot one thing. He had a whole nother 2 kids whomst were still alive, including this little girl named Elizabeth. And Willie Jilly said to her, "Now listen, don't go talking to that animatronic, okay?"
Okay, father. I mean, I gotta go talk to that animatronic, am I right? Yo, twin, how you doing?
And so, like the kids from earlier, they possessed the animatronics. And so that little girl is now a big girl and is like a circus baby. You know what I'm saying? And now, flash to Michael. You remember he's an amazing role model brother who tried to help his brother get over his fears. He thought English Willie wasn't cool anymore because, taking a child's goo is kind of bad, you know? So he went and worked at this sister location under the name Michael Schmidt. Goddamn, Scott, I genuinely looked up basic baby names in this series, I swear to... Anywho, Mikey Poo started working there, and eventually he saw his sister, who is now the circus child, and she was all like,
Yo, bro, can I borrow $20? I'll pay you back for real.
I ain't giving you absolute jack Oh, okay. Alright, everyone in. Come on. Oh, everybody in, everyone in. Let's go. And so Michael came down with a case of 40 robots under his skin, and so he turned a bit more purple, my guy. And eventually, I don't know what the point of it was, but Mikey-chan low-key threw up, and he was cured, but he was still purple. But since all the costumes from the sister location were now thrown up on Mike's bathroom sink, the place got shut down, so Purple Chap couldn't eat any more goo. And so the other purple guy, the microphone, he didn't like the idea of Basington existing at all, so he went all the way back to Henry's new place and blew it up or something. And Henry was like, "Hey, that was mine, twin." But he also didn't really care enough to reopen. So it was Loki just left there. And now Purple Gent, the OG one, he also went there because he remembered that the old animatronics had some more goo in them. And we all know how much he loves that goo. So he took an axe and started chopping them up one by one. You get an axe, and you get an axe. But he forgot that, ghosts are real. And all the ghost kids looked at him and said,
Yo, twin, you killed us. That wasn't cool. You're ugly.
No, I'm not ugly. Look at my cool ears on my fursuit.
You're still ugly.
No! Ouch, give me ow, ah! And then Purple Human took a nap for 30 years. Lazy ass motherfucker, am I right? Until this guy named John found his fursuit that contained English Willie, and he put him in a cheap-ass haunted house. And when he finally woke up, "Oh, hey son, what you doing with that lighter?" "Oh, okay." And so, they died. And you know what Henry did? He lit them on fire and blew them up for a second time. Damn, Scott, you really couldn't come up with any other plot points? And so they all died, and as Purple Geezer floated around in the afterlife, his son, the crying little baby Big Boy, and another one of the kids he murked, they found him, and they made him try 50-20 mode without practice.
I'm William Afton, and today we're trying 50-20 mode. Alright, so I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna just try and press every button I can and see if it works.
Ouch! And that that is where the FNAF lore ended. There was no other games, and there was no other content ever, okay? And the fans lived happily ever after. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. This is my first time making a video in this style, so if this is something you want to see more of, I'd love it if you liked and subscribed. It really does mean a lot to me. If you like my content and want to see more of it, join the Discord. That's all. Bye-bye.